Man, I comment back. I'm always in the comments, so don't.
It's the time of the season.
It's the season. You know when I'll stop saying Eminem is the best? When he stops being the best.
When he stops not doing what he's been doing the last, 25 years.
The minute that he stops rapping so well.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it that said it? Damn, what was his name? He was a rapper. It's gonna come to me later. Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper?
No, it wasn't Chance. It wasn't Chance the Rapper. It wasn't Chance the Rapper. Fuck, I forgot his name. Anyway, he was getting interviewed, and he said the reason that he does not like Eminem's new stuff is because he said Eminem left. Tyler the Creator.
Gotcha.
That was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He said Eminem had left the normal lyrical sphere, and now he's in a whole nother level.
He's in his own world. Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense. He's like, so audibly, which made sense. I couldn't hate that excuse. That was not an excuse. That was a fact. And he made a good point by saying it. He said Eminem has gotten so good in rapping that he's bad. And people were just like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, he's gotten so technical with it.
Yes, I agree.
That it's hard for this generation to follow it.
Mm-hmm. Because that's not what rap is today.
Because that's not what rap is today. So that's when I was like, oh, when he said that, it started making more sense. I was like, their ears don't work right. Their ears work different than ours, because we already, like me and you and other people our ages that grew up on M, we already heard the growing of M's technique.
We've seen the progression.
And we saw the progression
and
going
we seen him relearn. We got to remember, he relearned how to rap too. That's when he started doing the technical shit, is when he started relearning the rap. It wasn't he was doing that the whole time. Relapse on is when he started being on. He started doing all that shit.
That's why I tell a lot of people. I tell a lot of people, if you go listen to the Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show, Encore, and all these albums, Eminem's not doing double and triple entendres.
No,
Eminem's not doing schemes.
Eminem's
not doing any of that.
Flow, simple.
Cadence, flow, face value shit.
Yep.
Not really face value, but he had a lot of shock value.
Yeah.
A lot of shock value shit. So that's what made you love M. But then after Relapse, like you said, he had to relearn how to do everything. That's when he OD'd.
Yep.
So he had to relearn how to rap,
memorize shit, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
So he did it, and that's when he started doing the wordplay. He started doing the doubles and triple and quadruple entendres. He started doing crazy 1 minute schemes.
Mm-hmm.
He started doing crazy
flipping. Yeah.
So I get it. I understand why a lot of the young youth, but I do like to see that a lot of the young youth fuck with M too. I've seen a lot of good reviews from the younger crowd on the Death of Slim Shady. And they fuck with it.
Yes. And what's funny is that, and a lot of M fans that are new fuck with Relapse, which as a hardcore M fan, that was not my particular favorite album. Relapse and Revival.
No, you didn't like Relapse?
Nah, it was the concept for me. Like, I think at that point when I'm like, I don't want to hear this now. I understood the rapping, the theme, because I'm a horror buff and everything. But for M to come back, I'm just like, I don't want to hear this dark horror rap for when you come back. Especially after you kind of dropped Encore for me, which I liked Encore better than Relapse, to be honest with you. But I think because of the leaks and just stuff that happened prior and the proof loss and everything, it wasn't the best sequel to the Eminem Show, because that was literally supposed to be like what would I compare it to? The Black Album, like with Jay-Z. Like, I think that was supposed to be Eminem's Black Album, to be honest with you. It just didn't turn out that way. And then everything just kind of played out how it played out. So then you get Relapse. Go ahead.
No, finish your thought.
No, so then you get Relapse, and you're like, all right, he's recovering and figuring this out. And then I think what really put him in that forefront for me, which made me like, all right, he's back, was Recovery. Even though he was yelling at the mic, You know what I'm saying? But still, like, I was fucking with it because I liked that better. So everything after Relapse was solid in my book with a couple of things in between. But it was Relapse and Revival, which I think I can do without those. You know what I'm saying? As an M fan, I can definitely do without those albums. But I respect those projects.
I feel that. And I think because it was the way that I think the way the way it went down, it was what Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP,
Eminem show, Encore, Relapse after the 5-year break.
Well, no, he had another. He had the re-up.
Oh, the re-up. I don't count compilations. I don't count compilations, low key. I count solo projects. Nah, I count them as an album because once again he had
the only reason why I count them is because M is on most of the tracks on it. That's the only reason why I count them.
But I just look at it as a compilation because even the cover wasn't like Eminem. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got you. He was introducing like Ashes and shit like that. He was doing a whole bunch of stuff on that album.
Right. See, and when Relapse came, when I first heard Relapse, my wife was pregnant with my son. Mm-hmm. So I went on a binge of just listening to Relapse. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, I get it. But what really attracted me to the album was how his pen just went
through the roof. Right, rhyming schemes and everything. It was like shit that you never seen with Eminem. It's shit you never seen.
Was stupid. The only reason why I like the Relapse album is because of that.
Right.
It's because from that break that he took, when he came back in Relapse, I have never heard Eminem rap like that.
That's a fact. He never was because he relearned the sound that.
Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. And then he dropped Recovery after.
Which I think was way better than Relapse too, by the way.
Recovery should have been his comeback album.
Exactly.
Relapse would have made more sense as the second album.
Yep.
So if he would have flipped it, it would have been better.
And I agree with you there.
That's my humble opinion on that matter, because that's that right there. Relapse got a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, he just dropped it wrong. He dropped it at the wrong time.
Yes.
That's all that it was. Because I know, because right after Recovery, what was it? Marshall Mathers LP 2. So right after Marshall Mathers LP 2, before that, if you would have had Relapse, you would have had Follow Me. You would have had again Slim Shady LP, Relapse.
Okay.
Marshall Mathers LP, Marshall Mathers LP 2. Revival, Eminem show.
Yep. No, Recovery, Eminem show.
No, but Recovery, Eminem show.
Yeah.
So he would have followed the same routine that he followed when he first started. And all he had to do was just
the rollouts needed to be different. I agree.
The rollouts needed to be different
with that. 1,000%.
It wouldn't hit harder. I think Relapse would have hit harder if we rolled it out second.
And it's funny,
and then Recovery first.
And it's funny you say that, throwing Marshall Mathers LP2 in there, because that's another one that I wasn't a fan of, because I'm like, oh, he's trying to, because once again, you named out the patterns, but he rolled it out wrong. So I'm like, oh, he's trying to recapture these things at the wrong moment. That's really what it was. It was the wrong moment.
That's why he said, I kept on listening to you people saying you guys wanted the old
Slim. Yep.
So all he was doing was recycling what he thought you guys wanted for fucking years.
Yes, sir. And then when he gave it to him, nobody liked it.
and then Revival came, and he said, fuck all of you.
And honestly, I think that was his worst project, dog, just because it was like, he said fuck everybody, but I won't even say it was because of the project. I will put this out there, and let me see if you notice this. Anything Rick Rubin had his hands on, which was Marshall Mathers LP2, Recovery, and I think that's it. Those were easily his worst projects. Once he got to that Rick Rubin back, I think Rick Rubin was trying to remix.
You know why you right?
He was trying to remix Eminem as like a Beastie Boy package as a solo.
Berserk was your
yeah, that's what. I was not for any of that,
I hate that song.
Yo,
I hate that song.
The Rick Rubin rollout was the worst. It was the worst Eminem moves in his career, dog, because Rick Rubin was too stuck in like 1980s and Def Jam.
Can you do me a favor?
Go ahead.
Can you do me a favor and just re-listen to Revival for me?
I will, because a lot of people have been telling me that, and I will tell you this right now. I liked Revival, like certain songs, but let me tell you, there's songs that are like Castle or Rose, because those are very personal for me. Like, those are very personal songs, so I look at those before things happen to me, and after, and I'm like, I love those songs to death.
Right.
Whatchamacallit, the not the intro, because I think that was Walk on Water, or Believe. I think I flipped those around, but I hated Walk on Water, but I like Believe. Believe is fire. And the thing is, that's why I think I liked it. And then here's my critique. Walk on Water from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he flowed.
He started doing internal rhyme scheme.
Yes.
He started going.
It was great.
Real deep.
But I think that there was a lot of mistakes and holes in that album. Like Woke Eminem was not it for that album. Like whatever that song where he was like black boy, not there for that.
But did you understand? Did you understand what that song was about?
No, 100%. I just didn't. It just didn't sound. It was cringe. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't sound right sonically. You know what I'm saying? Like I got it. I liked it. I was rocking it. But
it wasn't the concept. It wasn't the concept. It was audibly how it sounded.
How he tried to sell it. How he tried to roll it out. And then Beyonce. Here's my grip on Beyonce shit, because it could have been a perfect album. But like with Beyonce, I always defended Eminem being like, let Eminem get a shorty that can sing on the hook, and that's gonna be the song of the song. And like, we're not talking about country rap Eminem with Love the Way You Lie and the shit with Rihanna. We talking about like a Superman or Spend Some Time With Me, shit like that. Like and then I'm like, you got Beyonce, who's one of the best R&B vocalists. This will be fire. And then for him to acapella that shit, and then for Beyonce not to be really delivering the way she thought, I was like, this is not the album for me. And I think there was a lot of other things that I think were just not for me. But like you said, I'm gonna go re-listen to that, because a lot of the fan base said re-listen to that.
I'm not gonna say Revival is my favorite from his catalog. I'm never gonna say that, but I put a Revival above a lot of other albums that he put out.
Some people put it top 5.
What's your top? Let's do top 5, because M got a whole bunch.
He got 14 albums, dog. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, he got 14 albums. So out of 14 albums, what is your top 5 out of the 14 in order?
That's funny. I just did this in order too. So I'm gonna go Eminem Show, Marshall Mathers LP 2. I'm gonna go Death of Slim Shady. I really love that album. Slim Shady LP, and then I'm gonna go Recovery, and that's in order. That is in order.
That's a good 5. Mine will be Marshall Mathers LP.
Mm-hmm.
Recovery.
Okay.
Death of Slim Shady as my number 3.
Mm-hmm.
That moved up the ranks to my number 3. Because I was like, that was fucking fire.
It was fire, dog. The concept, everything was fire. You right.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Slim Shady, no, not the Slim Shady LP. Marshall Mathers LP, Recovery, Death of Slim Shady. Yeah, the Slim Shady LP and Infinite.
Ooh, you throwing a sleeper in there, because that's like his first of the first, and that shit sounded good. But I think for me, he was rapping. I don't think it was mastered well enough. That's all it is for me. I don't think the mastered well enough.
Yeah. But me personally, I like that old school sound.
Yes,
that old school sound to me. I like the pop.
It makes you feel like a golden era, you know. And he has some songs like, "You only came in and do this tonight." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
His flows and cadences. He was doing a lot. He was doing a lot.
Agreed.
He wasn't giving in Infinite. He wasn't giving shock value shit.
No, it was rapping and just vibing.
He was rapping.
Yes, 100%.
So that's why I will always, because when he dropped Slim Shady LP, I spun the block and I went and got the Infinite. I got Infinite.
Okay.
Because I wanted to hear everything together. And then he dropped Marshall Mathers LP after that. So then I was just like, oh shit, now I got
my man
back to back.
He dropped like 3 albums back to back type shit. It was like on some DMX Ludacris shit. Like I think there might have been
right.
type shit, but he was going off. I'm saying I think the 25-year anniversary for Marshall Mathers LP just happened, and then a couple of days later, exactly. So I'm like, oh, he was on some like, you know, back to back shit. He was on some shit, dog, and he was growing into megastardom, superstardom.
It was not even that. It wasn't even. It was the way he did it.
Mm-hmm.
When Slim Shady LP dropped, that shit didn't do nothing. People think that that's what blew up Eminem. That's what made Eminem known.
Marshall Mathers LP was the one that blew him up. Because that controversial ass album, Everything Kim, the way he was talking about certain LGBTQs and shit like that, the stand, the subject matter. Oh, they was trying to cancel Eminem before we knew what cancel was. You know, the hip hop police was real. The women were stopping the CDs.
That's Eminem on the last album. That's what Eminem said. You think this hasn't happened already? They tried to get rid of me once.
They did this. I'm still here, and I did it. And he said a lot worse back then. I remember, bro, MTV. MTV with the letter MTV became Eminem TV for a hot minute at a time. People forget about that. People forget about Eminem ran MTV for the longest when Marshall Mathers LP came out.
The time that you talk about the Marshall Mathers LP drop, he was consistently on TRL.
Yep, TRL, that's what it was. Yep, Total Request Live. Yes, sir.
He was consistently on BET The Basement with D12, and that's when
that was before 50. My fault. A little bit before 50.
Yeah, that was before 50. That was before 50. But look at the timeline. That whole time frame, you telling me that M wasn't taking over?
And it was only 2 years.
Slim Shady LP. Then you got the Eminem show that dropped, and then after that, that's around that time. Then you got 50 in them G Unit coming. You got the D12 albums dropping before 50.
You had Game in between and shit. You had a lot of
Game in between that.
Shady Aftermath Unit was one of the best labels or best things that had this shit on Smash. But like, I can arguably say Eminem easily had one of the greatest 2-year runs in like the history of hip hop. And like, people can be like, "Oh, it's because he's a white artist." So the fuck what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't help how he was born.
I feel when people say that, because I'm not gonna lie, there were some doors back, especially back in those days.
Yes,
there were some doors that were opened up because of his skin color.
Yeah,
because of how it was back in those days. You honestly think back in those days white rappers were accepted?
He came from the Vanilla Ice era and shit like that, and Beastie Boys, those were the only acceptable white rappers back then. So for him to come in and really shake up the game the way he was doing this shit, I always be like, how do you call this man a
Well, you had Cypress Hills too, and you had a couple of dudes out there.
Yeah.
You had a couple of dudes out there
that bitches and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Cannabis. Go cannabis.
That was a fire one too.
Like, when I tell you
hold on, Ray, I'm just grabbing a drink, I'm still listening. I'm connected too. I'm filling up, I'm listening.
Well, what I was saying is when he was in his diss bags, when he was getting at Fred Durst and he was getting at Whitey Ford,
yep.
And all of them, bro, that was the M that I don't think this generation would be ready for. That's why I said
you would have to be there for that.
Yeah, you had to be there for that one, because even in the death of Slim Shady, I'm like, that's not the full Slim Shady.
That's mature. I'm just chilling. Let me fuck y'all up real quick. Let me slap something inside y'all head.
Yeah, because I thought I was bamboozled and tricked to think that it was like, oh, Slim Shady is back. And then I started to listen to the Slim Shady LP after that.
Oh, yeah, and then I was nowhere close, dog.
Then I went into a wormhole, and I started listening to all the diss tracks on the radio stations. I started to listen to all that shit, and then I was just like, oh no, this 2024, these motherfuckers would have lost their mind.
You got caught in the moment. You was like, yes, he's back, because like it's one of those like that was great. I ain't gonna lie though, when he dropped Houdini, I was not looking forward to the album, because I don't know how you feel about Eminem's mainstream goofy songs, but I've never been a fan. Only Eminem mainstream song I liked, and I was doing my Eminem show like reaction the other day, and I was like, Without Me is the only like mainstream song that I actually liked of Eminem's when it came on the radio. But outside of that, I'm like, I'm a deep cut guy. Like, that's what made me fall in love with Eminem. Like, Hi, My Name Is, the introduction, I hated that, but when I got the CD, I was like, yo, this motherfucker is different. That's all it took. That and the beef with Benzino for me was like what kind of validated as M as the GOAT for me.
Right. Well, with M, it was tricky, because when I first started listening to M, with those singles that he drops for his albums, if I would just went off of that, I would have probably not fucked with him, because I don't like any of them.
That's a lot of my friends.
the only one that I like, that I really, really do like, is Houdini. That's the only one that I do like. But all the
because of nostalgic and shit. Like, why you like that one? Curious.
I like that one because I believe it's a very fine mixture of the old Eminem and the new Eminem. When it comes to the lyrics, when it comes to the way he put it together. Not necessarily the video, not necessarily none of that. The video to me was dope. It was like nostalgic.
The video made me like it a little bit more too. Facts. Yeah, I'm like, it's nostalgic, and like you can tie it back to Without Me.
Exactly. Yeah. But just for that fact, just the nostalgia. But I like the way he rapped on it.
Okay.
And that's the only reason why I like it. But mainly his tracks like that. Hi, My Name. No, not My Name Is. Yeah, My Name Is.
Yeah, My Name Is.
Without
My
Me.
Name is, yeah. Yep. Without
Me. Even Framed. Even Framed.
I forgot about Framed. Yeah.
And it's like, Yeah, I get it. I believe
it's the way you
necessary.
market M too. I believe that's how you market M. That's been the blueprint.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's at this point with Eminem, it's kind of expected already by the fans.
Yep.
So him not doing it is going to be crazy if he does it. Mm-hmm. Now the fans are going to have another thing to say. Oh, now he's not even doing the pop shit no more.
Right.
So
right,
I'm
right.
just like when you zig, your shit is zag. But I think that they wholeheartedly, it's necessary because it's already been built. That's how he built his franchise, is by that crazy shit.
Yeah.
So he kind of has to do it. But like what you said, once you get deep into that album, now we're talking a whole different world.
Story. Yeah, whole different world.
It's a whole different world. So, I mean, we could all agree. I think we could all agree that M has already set his name in the GOAT conversation when it comes to hip hop.
1,000%.
That shouldn't even be a question at this point in this man's career. The Eminem hate, the uncalled for hate, and the unnecessary hate that he gets, like we said, it's nothing new.
And it's just jealousy and envy.
It's just like there's nothing new to him, and it's also nothing new to his fans.
Yep.
We've dealt with this from when these guys went to a Virgin record store, bought 150 Eminem March Madness LP albums, and ran them over.
Stomped them, bro. They were trying to cancel my boy.
You just spent hundreds of dollars. You know that money's going in his pocket, right?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Once you buy the album, I don't give a shit what you do with it. I already got your money. So what did you really prove there? You helped him become anything.
You helped him become the megastar.
So we've been there from the beginning of Eminem's hate. So
done that.
All this is just they ramped it up the volume a little bit more because we got social media. That's it. They just ramped up the volume. So, man, they can hate on him all they want. They can't battle him. They won't fight that motherfucker because when he got sober, that motherfucker said he's in the ring 4 times a week just practicing boxing. So I wish a nigga would try to throw hands.
Like, I'll spar, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that man, bro. And that's the best part about Eminem for me is that, like, not a lot of artists battle him. And, like, when people, because this goes back to the narrative that Eminem's never battled nobody and all that silly shit. And I'd be like, because nobody wants to battle him. Like, can we look at that side? Like, the people that have tried, now granted, and M said it himself, they're not lyrical titans and all that shit like that. But I'm like, they tried and they were still rappers. You know what I'm saying? They were still rapping. Y'all considered them still rappers. Y'all considered to listen to them. So we moved the goalposts when people be like, well, they weren't lyricists and they weren't this. I'm like, but they rap, dog. It's just that none of the real lyricists want to deal with that because they know what's up.
Exactly. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Is that back in the day, people are saying, yo, M never rap anybody with that has substance. Okay, can I ask a question? Then what was that Game shit? You telling me the Game can't rap? You telling me Game can't rap? So what was that bullshit the Game did for the Eminem? There's people that are lyrical that are out there that are going at Eminem. They don't know how to. And
the thing is, like, the fact that MGK brought him outside, that tells you a lot. It got a hit. As much as people think that MGK shit was whack, go watch that Sway interview. M said that shit was so good that he said, yeah, that shit was decent. But he's not going to praise it all the way because he's like, nigga, I got to diss you. I got to diss your shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say that shit was good. But the fact that I'm doing an interview and I got to do a whole song about your shit, now you got me. I got to come outside now. If that shit was whack, like Black Slim Shady or something, he's not responding.
Hell no. Hell no. That's why they didn't respond to the Game.
Exactly.
Game gave him 10 minutes of bullshit.
And I was disappointed in that shit. I'm like, I heard 300 bars, bro. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, what is this?
Bito, I literally, when I heard the Game dissed Eminem, I went, here we go. Now we're going to see about this lyrical shit. And then I reacted to it, and I said, what the fuck is this? I was so disappointed.
But you know what's crazy is that I didn't even take that serious because there's too many clips and too many things that tell me that that Game already knew what was up with M. And then we listened to We Ain't. M just killed me on my own shit. So I don't even want to hear you rapping at Eminem, dog, because you know what time it is. So it's like, nah, bro. Like, it don't count. It don't count, bro.
But, I mean, think about it, bro. Even from back in the day, bro. Who was popping when Eminem was outside?
Ludacris, Jay-Z,
lyrical rappers.
Oh, lyrical rappers? Nobody.
Nelly.
I wouldn't consider Nelly. Nelly wasn't really lyrical to me though. He was more of a
bro. You can't. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I might do it.
Don't do that. Nelly is fire, bro.
I'm a sucker for cold.
Don't do that, bro. Nelly is lyrical.
I like Nelly, but I didn't think
that man's cadence and shit is crazy, bro.
Listen, he can rap, but when you compare lyrical, like, and that's why I think I get a little blocked. I'm like, the way I hear M rap, Jay-Z rap and shit like that, I'll put Ludacris more lyrical than Nelly, and he was out at that time. I'll put X more lyrical than Nelly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of dudes the locks, because Nelly was selling. But we can't go and be like, I'm listening to Sweatsuit and he was lyrically slaying shit. I can't say that, honestly. I can be like, this shit was bopping.
Yeah, because
he was rhyming. He was
again, a lot of Nelly's songs, besides the shit that you saw on the music videos, a lot of his songs in the albums, he was getting down lyrically in there.
He was rapping. He was
getting crazy in them.
I ain't gonna lie.
But like Luda. All right, so let's use.
Because I'm comparing to those dudes. That's what I'm saying. I'm comparing to them.
Yeah. Let's use those for a better example. Those dudes
didn't want no smoke.
Were not dumb to try to put their career in the hands of a white boy.
Nah, because it would have ended ugly.
Literally kill people.
It would have ended bad, dog.
Bro, when people tell me that Eminem is not a battle rapper, I was like, bro, he was the only white boy in Detroit in front of a whole bunch of motherfuckers, a whole bunch of African American rappers. He was the only white boy in Detroit out rapping these niggas live, face to face. Like, what are you talking about? You think you're gonna go take this man on? You're crazy. When Eminem gets on his battle bag, you see on the MGK tip, I think M said, I said what I wanted to say on Not Alike. Recall, kill shot, I'm just going to rebuttal his shit. I think he did it really after that. I don't think M took it too serious. I still think he won, but I don't think he put too much into it because MGK that song was fire, but lyrically it wasn't in the same level as that. Lyrically, it wasn't even close to what M was doing.
Hell no. Hold on, Ray. It looked like OT got a song out here, by the way, too. You trying to get a song in later?
It was a better diss track. Say that one more time.
Nah, it looked like OT saying something about a track that he put out there.
OT, I'm still waiting for that other dono you say you going to send me. I ain't got no dono.
Oh, that's on you, O.
Drop it.
Word.
Drop that. Now I got you. Drop it. Let's do it.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? We'll get a little joint reaction up in this motherfucker. But when we see that, we got you. We got you for sure. I just want to be out there.
Got you, bro.
But nah, you not lying about these M facts right now, though, Ray. You not lying about that shit, dog. Like that's
OT, the real is fire, bro.
Yo, I fucks with OT, bro. Like I heard OT when I was fucking with my man. I don't know if you know about Millie's and shit, but Millie's did a couple of tracks with OT, and I was like, who's this dude? And like, I'm about voices and cadences, so I was like, and he's one of the only dudes. Cause I watched an interview with him like not too long ago. Cause I'm trying to chop it up with OT, but like he's one of the only rappers that talk how he raps. And when I say that, like his rapping voice is his talking voice. You know what I'm saying? Like I realized that. Like there's only a few rappers that do. I think X is one of those rappers. You know what I'm saying? And like himself and like one other person. But other than that, like I was like, oh, okay, like OT's one of the realest ones out there with the rapping shit. He do his thing.
OT's fire, bro.
Word.
He's dope. He's dope. And that's what I'm saying. There's so many dope independent rappers out here, bro, that it's a shame that some of these don't get the light that they deserve, man. But it is what it is. We here, and we trying to do our best.
Right. Gotta share the music, put it out there. Let me ask you too, since we also talking on this. I mean, we can keep going with the M shit too, but I did have a question about.
No. I'm seeing the comments. I don't. Hold on. My bad, bro. My bad.
You good.
I don't want to. I'm not saying that I want a dono. I'm good. I don't want a dono. I'm not saying that.
We just want the song.
About it.
We just want the song. That's it. We just want the song.
Like, we good. Everybody say, yo, Ray wants money for a dono. Like, get the fuck out of here. I said I want the song. I don't care about the dono.
Yeah, the bed. You want the bed, dog.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on. Let me defend these comments. Like, don't be putting out there like, oh, I want the money. I ain't doing shit. He's like, nah, we put that in right now. I want the song, my niggas. Yeah, I'm fucking dead.
It's nuts, bro.
Nah, listen. The clarification games be real. Like you got, yo, let me clarify this real quick. I be doing the same shit. I find myself doing the same shit, bro.
Yeah, you got to real quick. Because they make the way they talk is making me sound crazy.
Like you out here bagging.
What the fuck?
Oh shit. That is funny as hell. But while we figure that out,
no, Ashley, I appreciate you, Ashley. I'm not live. I'm not live in my channel, Ashley. We're in BITO'S channel, so I can't bring up no links or nothing.
Yeah, if you want to pull up, send me that link. I can pull it up while we wait for it and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, but man, bro. I could talk about M for days, bro.
Oh, M's my guy, dog. I be having listen. I used to make fucking playlists. Like I have a friend of mine, dog, who I used to make playlists. Be like, yo, M's better than Jay-Z. Here's why. You know what I'm saying? Have a list. And we used to sit down and literally have a whole listening session of Jay-Z's best songs versus M's best songs,
bro.
Like I will try to convince.
Back in the day, bro. Back in the day, we had a battle. Huh? I'm just. When Renegade dropped, me and all my boys were literally calling each other, having these debates on this shit. About who was saying Jay-Z took it, and the other half was saying that Eminem took it, and I'm just like, what do you think? Got him. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I'm about to say, play that back because it just got real choppy real quick. Play what you said back.
Can you even hear me?
No, I hear you. I hear you now.
Oh, did it? All right. Okay, all right, cool. So, no, I was saying back in the day, on the Renegade joint, with L and J.
Yep.
Me and my boys kept on calling each other three-way and just talking about the shit. Just, nah, because he said this over here and that shit was fire. The way I have that song, I think M lyrically took it, but I think Jay, the shit that Jay was talking about at the moment would resonated with me more. The content that Jay was talking about. Mm-hmm. But lyrically, we're talking about lyrically, obviously Eminem took it because JC can't rap better than M.
No, I think I'm agreeing. I'm like on the same sentiment as you, dog. Like I think at the time, I think I resonated more with M's verse. You know what I'm saying? So I always will take M's verse, but I also understood why people would think Jay's verse is better because people relate more with Jay, especially at that time. You know what I'm saying? In that time, people are going to relate more towards Jay and hear what Jay's saying more than M shit because, like you said, it resonates. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always going to say M out-rap Jay, but Jay had the more relatable bars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's really what it boils down to. Absolutely. So anybody who's viewing it, and like you either have to be a fan of both, or you just have to be like, I like Jay to really say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or understand.
Yeah,
that.
Right.
So,
yeah, but like people coming over here talking crazy, talk about M wash Jay-Z. Like
he's got to wash. He didn't wash him. Jay-Z. No, he didn't wash him. I never thought on that. I think Nas narrative started that. M just killed you on your own shit. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it was.
Yeah, that narrative was crazy when Nas said it, but it's just like.
But you know what's funny? My fault to cut you off real quick. But you know he watched him on that shit. He watched him on that EPMD shit though.
I told that to my wife. When that song dropped, I told that to my wife and I said, man, Nas talking all this bullshit to Jay-Z and he just got on the track with him and just fucking destroyed his shit.
He said, nah, like honestly, out of all our Ghost and Golden Era Titans, like it goes Busta, Jay, and Nas. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to who's stepping up with M on that shit, like Nas got washed on his own shit too.
Oh, Wayne, you forgetting Wayne. But so Wayne's more.
Here's my thing with Wayne, though. You know what I'm saying? Wayne was a little different because I think Wayne, when he first was there, he was a fan. He was rapping as a fan. He was like, I'm happy that I got a track with M. So I don't really judge that one the same. But then that second one, I'm like, I think it was the one on his shit, on M shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't close. It wasn't close. It was like Wayne was. It goes back to like Wayne was saying those resonated bars. But when we talk about the rap shit, M washed that ass up, cleared him.
I mean, look at the story. Look at the story that he said. Too. Look at the story that M said, that Busta said about. Oh
yeah, it was back and forth. We calm down. Yep.
He was like, yo, he's like, I did a 32. He did a 32. I came back with a 64. He came back with a 64. I mean, it was like, yo, what the fuck we doing? We making a song? We rapping? Like, we need to stop at some point, and we need to make this fucking song pretty much because they were trying to out-rap each other. That's why I think.
That's why I love rap.
When it comes to features, I would go with Wayne and M was my favorite feature.
Okay.
I would say the best competition would be Busta and M.
Easily. Oh, yeah.
Busta and M is the best competition because they went at it in that track. And they did 2 joints. They did Calm Down and they did that other joint.
Oh, yeah. I'll Hurt You. Where M felt like I need to get my... He was like, I need my revenge. M was like, I need my revenge. That was like drug Eminem. So, like, M wasn't really, like, on his shit. I did a reaction to that saying that same shit. I'm like, yo, M needed to get back at this because of this. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he did what he did.
Exactly right.
Because Busta, if you look at it, Busta low-key got M on that shit. On I'll Hurt You, he got him.
No, absolutely.
Low-key. Even though M was like, I shit on that, even though he flowed like that, it just didn't sound the same.
But that's what it was. M didn't have the wordplay and shit at that point yet. Mm-hmm. All M had was cadence and flow. I guarantee if they do Hurt You again and they remix that shit, I guarantee that Busta Rhymes will not know what to do with Eminem right now.
Oh, nobody knows because he took it off the stratosphere, dog. He took it to a next level.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Good night, Tracy.
Good night, Trace. I think the main thing, I'm gonna click this link in a second too, Ray, too, because I got the link as well too. But
yeah,
I think really what it was is that, you know, when M's rapping fast and I think Rap God is really what set that tone off. I think in that little era with Rap God, I want to say that's Marshall Mathers LP2. Then he had that, I want to say Psychopathic Killer. Like, that's when I started noticing the fast pattern of M shit. And trust me, that verse was nasty. But I will say this though, Crooked Eye ate on that though. Crooked Eye, like, it's a cold second for me, bro.
Brother, the minute you said Psychopath Killer, I got goosebumps.
Oh, I got it when I said it.
I think there's 2 of my favorite Eminem verses in the world, and that's Best Friend.
Oh, you ain't got Medicine
and Psychopath Killer.
You ain't got Medicine Man up there?
Then that's a reason why. Go listen to everything that he put on Best Friends with Yellow Wolf.
Nah, listen to that. And like, it's in my top 5.
Everything was a double and triple. Everything.
Yeah.
He lost his fucking mind on that track.
Medicine Man went hard.
I love Medicine Man. I love Medicine Man.
When the calls, I had you on prison needles when I posted them dolls. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I love, and just like gospel, I love gospel.
Yeah.
With Dre.
Okay.
I love that track. But it's just that Best Friend, and because Best Friend reminded me of the Marshall Mathers LP Eminem. He was talking about his feels, but he was doing it in a rappy rap way. So that one and what did I say? I said, fuck, I just got a brain fart.
Me too, cause I'm like, I literally heard what you said, but it's like Best Friend, and there was another
Best Friend, and the second one is the second one, but it's the second one. But even Yellow Brick Road, the third verse on Yellow Brick Road was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's
people sleep on that song too.
But Best Friend to me, I think, I don't know, bro. That verse resonates with my whole entire soul.
Right.
That man lost his mind on that fucking verse.
I think I feel that way about the same way you feel with that is how I feel about Medicine Man, because one, I heard it on the Compton album, I was like, this is incredible. But I also saw that perform live. When M came to perform live and he opened up with that, I was like, oh nah. I was like, this is different. this shit is different when you come out like that. Yeah. And the setting was crazy. It was raining and shit. So I
would have loved to see that live, bro.
Dope, bro. It was one of the best concerts I've been to outside of GNX. I'm not gonna lie.
Which concert was that?
Boston Calling that he did in like 2016, 17, which I was surprised he pulled up for that because I'm like, this is Eminem. Like, it's one of the best artists. So like, you pulling up to Harvard at the Field doing a Boston Calling show. I was like, I gotta see that. He headlined it too. Dope. Fire, bro. He was on my bucket list of concerts to see too, of like my favorite artists. So
I'm dying to hear if it's true or not, if he's going to be touring back in the United States.
I hope so, because I'm like, he needs, after that album, he needs to do it, because I'm going to go see that too. I'm going to that for sure.
Oh no, that one I told my wife, I was like, I'm going to have to max out my credit card, but I'm going. I know the last time. That's what I'm saying. I know that if he gets to it, it's going to be his last. It's going to be his last tour. He's never going to go touring again. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I have to catch him one more time. Like I have to, and he owes me money too. So I mean,
gotta get back. Gotta get your get back.
I'm gonna go with that. Mr. Mathis. Yeah. Come here, bro. I need about 150 stacks right now.
Oh bro. Man. It's like all the time. I put in years to defending you, dog.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, you need to pay us something, brother, because defending you ain't easy.
Nah, bro. Listen, man. 20 plus years trying to defend this man. People look at me like I got 7 heads, but I be like, yo, M's really the goat. I hope y'all know this. I
don't talk to my cousin right now because we got into an argument because of the Marshall Mathers LP, actually.
Oh wow.
And I still haven't talked to that nigga since.
That's 23. That's 25 years, guy.
Exactly. And let him come out and say something crazy right now. I'll go right back to this. I know exactly how we ended our argument. We ended our argument with me telling him, you know what then? Go listen to your bitch ass fucking rappers that you like, bitch. Don't talk to me about Eminem. When you learn about rap, you talk to me. And then I hung up on him.
Oh, shit.
And I've never talked to him again.
That's funny, man. That is funny. Well, let me ask you, too, since we on that, dog. This is another one of them A&W since we jumping and plugging and playing, and I don't mind that because I like that. I don't like scripts. I like kind of just finessing the shit and flowing. You know what I'm saying? But with the next question I got for you, since we on Eminem, Slim Shady, and this is A&W, so answering why. Slim Shady LP or Death of Slim Shady? The birth or the death? Ah!
Fuck you, bro. I'll take a shot.
Take a shot. I'm gonna say, this feels like, drinking slime right now, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad you picked that.
Hold on, man. That was a good one. So, the Death of Slim Shady.
I know this is tough because it was tough for me, too.
Re-ask the question.
All right, so Slim Shady LP or the Death of Slim Shady? The birth or the death?
Which one and why?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with the Slim Shady LP.
Ooh, okay.
I don't, and I know that I have it all as my number. I know the numbers are backwards, but it's a reason why. Why I like the Death of Slim Shady more, but the Slim Shady LP was the Don Dada. That was the beginning. That was the introduction to this man. So if I have to, if there's like a gun to my head, I gotta choose. I'm gonna choose the Slim Shady LP because of that. Because that's just the beginning of everything. But I still think the Death of Slim Shady is a whole lot better album.
I agree. I like that answer, dog. And it's funny because that's a tough one to deal with. Because I sat for it. What that shit came out in July, so almost a year thinking about it. And I'm like, yeah, I think I might have to just say Death of Slim Shady because I like growth, I like progression, and I like things that have replay value and age well. And I think this album in particular, 1, replay value is amazing. 2, I think it's gonna age better than Slim Shady LP because for his mature audience, it connects and resonates because he's talking about current situations in his life, which he did in Slim Shady LP as well too, but you have to be in a different place for that. Where I think with Death of Slim Shady, like, he can hit fatherhood, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he's targeted that with, like, the Haley songs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a fan of his music, you're like, all right, lyrically, he's gotten better. Like, that's just a whole growth and progression. Then he's hitting songs where, you're like, all right, he's on here with Jid, which put me on with Jid. Then he got me with songs with Easy Mill, which put me on the fucking Easy Mill. Then, I think Somebody Saved Me with Jelly Roll and then White Gold. So, like, he did a whole different thing here where he connected with current audience, reconnected with his old fans, and brought it back to the nostalgic feel. So I think that one just always is going to hold a special place for me because, like, I'm like, the way I played that album, the best way I can say that is compared to how I listened to the Eminem show. I replayed the shit out of that to the point where I was even comparing it to the Eminem show. But I took that back. I dialed it back because I was in recency bias. But that's what it was, man.
Facts. Okay. I mean, I can't fight that. Both albums are fucking amazing. We can't fight that. Both albums were amazing fucking albums. It's just that. Do you remember that feel when you first started hearing 97 Bonnie and Clyde, or you started hearing?
You can't rematch that, man. Like, you can't rematch it.
That feel, bro.
97 Bonnie and Clyde, me and my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
that Slim Shady was a different beast, bro.
Yeah.
When that song, I Just Don't Give a Fuck, you remember that? How about I Still Don't Give a Fuck?
I still don't give a fuck is the one that sticks with me. From the moment I was born, my mama lost me. I don't know why the fuck I'm here in the first place. My worst day on this earth was my first birthday. Retarded. What did that nurse say? Brain damage. Fuck, I was born during the earthquake? Come on, dog. I'm an ass nigga, dude. God, dude.
Every the day I was born.
Woo!
You just said,
I
love anything. I think anything Slim Shady LP. If I hear it off rip, I got a big smile on my fucking.
Yo, facts, man. I don't know what it is. I had that same thing happen to me today. Oh no, yesterday. I got a flat tire. Right, this is a little sidebar, but I had a flat tire. I was on the phone with AAA, but I hear Brain Dead. I dropped Pain Mad, Cyclops. I'm like, who the fuck is bumping not alike out here? So I literally stopped the conversation, took my earphone out, and was like, I didn't even know where it was coming from the car, but I'm like, when I hear Eminem, and this goes back to like, people be like, niggas don't bump Eminem in the hood, XYZ. I'm like, well, somebody was bumping Eminem there. I'm one of those motherfuckers that bump Eminem in the hood. Like, I hated that narrative, but yeah.
I heard that, though, oh my God. We were like, there ain't nobody bumping Em in the hood. I was like,
I'm like, what that big D? I'm around the way.
I was in the hood.
I'm listening.
I was bumping him all the fucking time. Like, I was bumping him all everywhere I fucking went.
Facts.
There was a bar. Have you ever heard the song Shit on You?
Oh, yeah.
D12?
Yeah. I'll shit on you.
What that man said, this is what really made me love him even more. He said, once I step on 2 hits of X, my disc slips and disconnects. So I walk around, then this bitch with a twisted neck and still shit on the first bitch who disrespects. That alone, I was just like, this man is nasty, bro.
Yep.
I don't give overreaction is my only reaction. That's crazy, bro.
And it's funny as you point that out,
bro. Chin reaction. Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, M is a beast, bro. I be trying to tell people, like, yo, you really gotta. It's one of those, like, he's one of those rappers you really gotta listen and just you gotta understand or peep what he's talking about. Because if you don't understand what he's talking about, a lot of that shit's gonna fly over your head. And he's a big comic book guy, big horror book guy. You know what I'm saying? He's referencing shit that if you ain't peeping shit, you just gonna be like, this is whack. Like, for example, music to be murdered by. Horror album theme, Alfred Hitchcock, Jason, all that shit like that. If you not peeping or into that shit, you not gonna feel the album. Plain and simple.
Right.
And that was a conceptual album too that people didn't understand because they don't. If you don't have a heart, you're not gonna peep.
But you said it so correct right now because it's a fact. M adds a lot into his music that is not hip hop. He has a lot of rock to his shit. There's a lot of samples that he uses. That people don't know. If you're not into music in general, if you're just listening to hip hop, you're not gonna know half of the samples that this man uses.
Facts.
Because you're just closing your mind into just one aspect of music. So when I'm around people listening to rock and metal and Spanish music and all this, and my catalog goes wide and long, pause. I could tell. Oh, that's Janis Joplin. Oh. That's the Beatles. That's this. Oh, that's that.
Yes,
and I start hearing all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, the way he put it together, amazing.
That's why I love it, dog. And you hit the nail right on the head. Is that he goes back to so many old things that if you're not expanding your ear on music, or if you just weren't exposed to that, you're not going to peep it. That happens across the board with hip hop. That ain't just M. That's music samples in general. Like, I think the best one I can pull up is there's 2 that I can pull up, but the best one, most recent, is like Kendrick Lamar with SZA. And that was an El DeBar sample, right? But a lot of people were stuck on that's Rich Homie Quan or whoever it was that dropped the joint, threw some beats on it. And I'm like, nah, dog, like that's you don't call me, you don't want to answer my phone, like that's that old '80s shit that I'm like. That's way back, yeah, and like I find myself arguing with people, or not arguing, but having these debates where I'm like, oh, like you just hear from a hip hop lens. Where I'm like, you do understand that my mother taught me this shit. And it's funny how I'm like, my mom always said, but like my mother taught me like learn the music beyond what you're hearing because these people are taking the samples of music that and when I say my moms and my pops grew up off of. So for me, I was like, all right, I'm gonna listen to some Temptations. I'm gonna listen to some, some Al Green, some old school shit because when I do catch up in the music on the shit that I like, I'm gonna see where they're getting it from.
Right.
It's education and history and music, man.
And it's that, and it's also just to see how they put it together, just to see the magic, the way they put it together. It's just so amazing. Creative. Like that zombie one, the one that he did on, I believe it was Marshall Mathers LP2. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, 3 a.m.
No, not 3 a.m. in the morning. Not that one. The one that the hook is from an actual song that he sampled.
You saying
think
zombie?
It was on. No, actually, I think it was actually on the Music to Be Murdered By. I think it was either one or two.
Okay. Why am I not drawing? Because you're saying zombie, so I'm trying to just feel like
the hook has the word zombie in it. I just totally forgot. Oh, get my head.
Oh, yes, that's the back in the day. Yes. That's why I love that song. I'm packing up my shit much farther.
Exactly. Because he's in there and he is rapping, bro. He's rapping, but he took that sample, made it to what it was one song.
Because that rock song's fire, and he made it a great hip hop song. He did that with Sing for the Moment. He did that same thing.
Yeah,
Sing for the Moment.
Sing with me. He took a rock song and he made it a rap song,
rap anthem. You know what I'm saying?
Not a lot of people could do that. That's what I'm saying. That's one of the gifts that M has is that not a lot of people could take a classic, make it into a rap song, and spaz the fuck out on it.
And you also got to account that for his regions of where he was originated from, like born in Missouri. Grew up in the Motown, you know what I'm saying? In Detroit, sorry, you know what I'm saying? But like in Detroit, that's Motown. That's a lot of music and shit. That's a regional area where you're going to get those different type of sounds. That's why I always be making jokes about Eminem. I'd be like, here's country rap Eminem because I'm like, I know he's from Missouri and I know he does those little pockets. Like I think that, like another song, Rhyme or Reason. I forget what sample that is, but for me, it connects me because I'm like, I know the original. So when people might not like that song, I'm like, I love it because I know the original. It's the time of the season. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying, though. It's just that M takes it to a whole nother level when it comes to the artistry of making the rap album. Yes. He knows how to blend a lot of different genres into just rap. Where